Hey everybody, it is a Thursday night here in the Mile High City, and I am back with another deck tech here for my man Ruric Thar, my latest Commander EDH deck. Ruric for me is a bit different. He's kind of a change of pace for me. Typically I'm more of a Johnny Control, stupid combo kind of player. So this guy's full on aggro. He just wants to get out there and whip somebody in the ass, and he's pretty good at that. So if we look at his converted mana cost there, he's a 6 with a 6/6 body. The abilities there, Vigilance and Reach. Vigilance is something we sort of normally see on a white creature. Reach, very cool for my play group. There's a guy in my play group who runs a Kalia deck, which is just an ass kicker, and this guy is kind of hopefully my answer to that, to try and combat her and slow her down. Second ability there, Ruric Thar attacks each turn if able. No problem there. He's red-green. That's what we do in red-green. We just get after it. The last ability, whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, Ruric Thar deals 6 damage to that player. Very cool. Just really slows down combo decks. Dealing 6 damage. Unfortunately, that damage is not commander damage. It's just 6 damage. Commander damage is just all combat damage. For those that don't know. But still, slows everybody down and just helps you dictate the pace of the game. And, if someone's going to Swords of Plaster this guy, they're going to be taking 6. So, all very cool stuff. So let's kind of get in on what we want to do with this deck. The first thing we want to do, well, in every deck, is have a nice ramp package. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about ramp just because it's essential in every commander deck that I build. You got to be able to ramp and stay up with the pace of the game. So here's just some of the green ramp cards I run. Typically in any deck that has green EDH deck for me, commander deck, about 10 or 11 ramp spells usually is what I run. With green, you really have no excuses because there's so many cheap ramp spells that you can run out there. Rampant Growth, Explosive Vegetation, stuff like that. So we're going to be ramping up, getting our mana base going. The next thing we want to do is pick an opponent and just totally dick them over. And that's what this package does right here. This is kind of a ramp land destruction package. These first 3 cards are really special to me because they're just totally one-sided. I mean, here we have a card that ramps you and blows up an opponent's land. Same with Reap and Sow here, and same with Frenzied Tilling. So we're going to be slowing our opponents down while we're increasing our mana base. Ice Storm. This card helped me knock somebody down who was about to go off last week when I played this game. So very fond of this card, and it's a throwback to the old school. So always hear me talking about the old school. A card I really enjoy. Stone Rain, just blowing up other lands here. And then we start getting a little more diversified here. This is target land or creature with Fissure, a little bit more expensive, but still a very underrated card. And then Aftershock, Artifact, Creature, and Land. Creeping Mold, Artifact, Enchantment, Land. And then Hull Breach, Artifact, and Enchantment. The next thing we're going to do, hopefully by the time we run through all of our ramp and land destructions, we're going to start getting Ruric going. And that's getting him out on the battlefield as soon as possible and using some of these Blood Rush cards. And these cards are just perfect for my man. They're completely designed to work with his, dealing 6 damage to somebody that casts a non-creature spell. That ability right there, Blood Rush, is what I'm talking about, where you essentially pay that activation cost, discard the card, and in this case give Ruric +9/+9 and trample until end of turn. So I have a whole host of these, whole suite of these Blood Rush cards. This guy's actually really cool. In my play testing, he gives a double strike. I actually pulled this guy out of a pack, and I thought to myself, man, that pack was probably box mapped. I really wanted a shock land, and I was like, I'll never play this guy. And well, here he is. More Blood Rush here, more Blood Rush, and then we kind of move into spells that just beef up Ruric and make him as big as possible. A little Bloodlust there, love that card. Brute Force. These are all just kind of giant growth effects. And then at the very end of this, what we're going to do is we're going to throw a power doubler on him, in this case Berserk, throw back to the old school, and Rush of Blood, another power doubler here. And then if all goes according to plan, we're going to fling Ruric at somebody else and just inflict a shitload of damage. So all very good, cool stuff with Ruric. Every deck that you build should have some sort of card draw package in it. And here's my my package. When I was putting this together, I knew what red had, just because I have 2 mono red decks in terms of card draw, but I was pretty pleasantly surprised with how good green had it. Green has some really cool stuff. I love the art on this card, by the way. Therese Nielsen is amazing. This is just green card draw here. And most of it's pretty much based on the creature's power. As you see here, draw cards equal to the creature's power. So with a deck like this, you can imagine you have pretty powerful creatures in one turn, and you cast one of those, and you just reload your entire hand. And of course, a Wheel of Fortune, great mid-game. You get this bad boy, you just completely refuel, and just ready to jack someone else up. So good stuff. The next package I have here is my my fork package. With running all these land destruction and ramp spells and giant growths type effects and berserk and stuff like that, you got to have all these kind of just duplicate as much stuff as you can. So fork, the original, reverberate, increasing vengeance, and reiterate here. All fork effects. Next package I'm going to show you is our utility package. This is basically just stuff to keep the deck moving along. In this case, we're using Concordant Crossroads, an old Legends card. Probably would never get printed today, just because it's green, and haste is usually something you see in red. So we're going to give all our creatures haste in this deck and get them going as soon as possible. And it helps with some of our ramp guys like Llanowar Elves and Fyndhorn Elves. Regrowth, no explanation required there. It should be in every green deck, along with this sexy lady right here, Eternal Witness, and Rancor, just giving our guy trample in case he doesn't have it already. Lurking Predators, just getting creatures into play. The next package I have here is my creature package. This is just guys that are just aggro creatures that can, if Ruric gets tucked in my deck and I can't get to him, these guys can do kind of a bad cover version of Ruric and just try and fill in his shoes. So Ball Lightning, Groundbreaker, Juggernaut, Stormkirk Noggle. This guy actually hasn't done a whole lot for me. I don't know how much longer he's going to be in the deck. Brawn, great because it gives trample. Acidic Slime, really underrated in this deck, simply because it has Death Touch, and people are not. It's not ideal for them to block this guy because their creature may die. So he can slip through sometimes and maybe inflict some damage and allow you to just pump him up. Burning Tree Emissary, obviously a better card than Constructed because they just kind of cast each other out, but still good in this deck. Helps ramp. Rowboat Raiders, this card is pretty sick. I have yet to get it going, but I'm excited for when I do. Fierce Empath. This guy's pretty cool because he can tutor up big creatures for me and get them in my hand. I have a Blood Rush creature that does the +9/+9. This guy can go fetch for me. Or if I need to get rid of something, I can go get Terastodon here. Or if I just need to unload on somebody, I can get CHB here and whip some ass. The next package I got a minute left. I won't spend too much time on this. I run 38 land. This is my non-basic package. Just a lot of just green-red mana-fixing lands here. Make sure we don't get mana screwed. I run 2 Vivids in this package. They haven't yet screwed me. I'm waiting for them to screw me over because they come into play tapped. They're a little slower. So I can take them out, but so far it hasn't happened yet. So far they've been helpful, so we'll see how long that continues. Then I have a big stack of basics here. So that's it. That is my Ruric Thar deck. Sorry I talked a little fast. I'm on a 10-minute clock here, and I'm coming up on 20 seconds left, so hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'll be back, I'm sure, with another deck here shortly, so take care, have a good night. Thanks.